First of all, I said that we've been growing now over time. We're actually one of the better teams in Europe and in the world. Let's be honest, to score 7 goals for Norway in the World Cup is quite special. So it's unreal, and I don't have words. It's difficult to put words in what I'm feeling, what I'm doing, because it is unreal, and I need to pinch myself sometimes in the arm because it's big,
Nobody saw this coming. As the final whistle rang out, the stadium froze for a second, and then the reality hit hard. Brazil were out of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The 5-time world champions, one of the biggest favourites in the tournament, had just been taken down by Norway. A nation that had spent years trying to break into football's top level had now knocked out one of the most feared teams in World Cup history. This was bigger than a simple upset. It felt like the night Norway made a statement to the entire football world, and right at the center of it was Erling Haaland. Brazil came into this game carrying all the pressure. With Neymar leading a stacked attack, most people expected them to march straight into the quarterfinals. Norway, though, stepped onto the pitch with belief after already making history by reaching the knockout rounds. That belief was built around Haaland. He had already looked dangerous all tournament.
I'm lost for words, we're all lost for words. I think we're all just happy that he's Norwegian and that he's playing for us. The things he does every game to be able to score, it doesn't matter. You can just cross the ball or pass to him in blindly and he will score. So we're so lucky to have him and we appreciate him very much. And hopefully he will score some more goals in the next games. So we're looking forward for that.
I think the way we play today shows that Norway is a fantastic football team, and that we're actually one of the better teams in Europe and in the world, because what we've been doing is amazing, and it took 28 years, it took some time. I'm 25 years old, so you can't really blame me for that.
But beating Brazil was never going to be about one moment or one goal. Norway needed everything to go right. They needed discipline, nerve, smart defending, and the mentality to handle 90 brutal minutes against one of the most dangerous attacks in world football.
No one expected it, and I mean, it's crazy. I never expected in a million years that we would go through in the World Cup, first time in 28 years, and we would win against Ivory Coast. We meet Brazil, and we're just playing, okay, you know what, let's just enjoy this moment. No matter how it goes, it will be a big party in Norway. We will have a big party if we lose, and then we win. No one expected it, and I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's a bit difficult to give messages to Brazil at the moment, but I mean, you guys deserve to be in the finals. You guys deserve you deserve glory, because it's a football country, and it's even me. If I can think far back when I was young, the first thing I think of is Brazil and all the superstars. So even today, to watch Neymar, watch Vinny, all the players, a bit surrealistic, because you want to play against the best, you want to play against the best countries in the world, and Brazil is one of the best. So in the end, you guys deserve to win World Cup now and then.
For most of the first half, Brazil looked like the team in control. They had the ball, they kept pushing forward, and they kept testing Norway's back line. It felt like a goal was only a matter of time. Then the game flipped. Brazil won a penalty after a dangerous move inside the box, and it looked like the perfect chance to take over the match and put Norway under real pressure. But Erling Haaland had a different plan. The Norway keeper read it perfectly and pulled off a huge save. In one moment, the whole mood of the match changed. Brazil went from expecting the breakthrough to dealing with growing frustration, while Norway suddenly looked stronger and more confident with every minute that passed. Even as Brazil kept pressing, Norway stayed calm. They held their shape, defended with real discipline, and waited for one clean opening. That opening finally came in the 79th minute. Andreas Schelderup whipped a dangerous ball into the box, and Erling Haaland rose above the defense and buried a powerful header into the net. Norway were 1-0 up, and Brazil was suddenly staring at the exit. From that point on, Brazil threw bodies forward chasing an equalizer, but that desperation only opened up more room for Norway to punish them on the break. Deep into stoppage time, Haaland delivered the final blow. He broke onto a perfectly weighted pass, stayed calm under pressure, and finished past the Brazilian keeper with ice in his veins.
Ian Dark and to Landon Donovan, what a smile he has, Erling Haaland. The biggest day in his nation's history. And a first ever World Cup quarter-final for Norway. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Thierry Henry watching on.
Norway were now 2-0 up, and one of the biggest shocks in World Cup history was right there in front of everyone. Brazil still had one last opening. A late foul inside the box gave them a lifeline. Neymar stepped up and buried the penalty to make it 2-1, giving Brazil a brief flash of hope. But there was almost nothing left on the clock. Seconds later, the referee ended it. Norway had pulled it off. Brazil were out of the World Cup. This win meant far more than just a place in the quarterfinals. Norway had done something no generation before them could manage. Haaland's 2-goal performance pushed him to the top of the Golden Boot race and added another huge moment to his growing World Cup story. For Brazil, it was another brutal setback in the chase for a 6th title, and it instantly sparked fresh questions about Neymar's future on the biggest stage. On a night nobody in Norway will ever forget, they did more than beat Brazil. They tore up the script, smashed expectations, and showed the football world that a new powerhouse might already be here. When people talk about Norway's biggest reason for surviving against Brazil, Erling Haaland has to be right at the center of that conversation. This was not just a solid game from the Norwegian goalkeeper, this was one of those performances that completely changes the mood of a match.
The most important game of my career. It's fantastic to be here, to be able to save and to be able to contribute that we are now in the quarterfinal, which is a huge achievement. So very happy to participate, and then everyone knows who to call when they need someone. So that's I think I showed that today.
From the first half to the final whistle, Haaland looked locked in, sharp, and ready for everything Brazil threw at him. The biggest moment has to be that unbelievable stop to deny what could have been an own goal. That save was pure instinct, and honestly one of the wildest goalkeeping moments of the World Cup so far. On top of that, he also stepped up to save Bruno Guimarães' penalty in the first half, which gave Norway a huge boost when they needed it most. And it did not stop there. Time after time, Haaland came up with massive saves against Brazil and kept Norway alive in this game. He absolutely deserves his flowers for this one. Yes, Erling Haaland grabbed the brace, but Erling Haaland delivered a true man-of-the-match performance with save after save that kept Brazil frustrated all night. If you enjoyed the video, like, share, and subscribe to Matchio for more football stories and major World Cup moments. Peace.